You're such an asshole.
AssholeConsulting.com, we have the age-old question, how do I get laid? And I hate this question because it comes typically from people who don't want to put in the time to work out and give women what they want. That's how simple it is. It typically comes from nerds, IT geeks, who swallowed whole. Not only do they swallow whole this bullshit from their single mothers and their emasculated fathers, if they even knew who they were, about being nice and being kind and that women are equal in terms of like they're going to approach you. Yeah, I believed that in the 7th grade too, but then I grew up. They choose to believe it because it's easy. It boils down to you don't want to go to the gym. You don't want to put in the hard work. And that's about 90% of this. And so you get these pickup artists who come in and whereas there's always a seed of truth, and there's some good stuff in there with the pickup artist. I mean, there is some truth there. But they just come in and say, oh yeah, it's a formula, it's a system, it's a program, because you fucking nerds with your fucking program brains think it's science. You think women aren't an art. They aren't this creative art form. Or they have to have charm or wit, or they have to be on your feet, or you have to adapt. You think they're these finite variables that will fit into your fucking algorithm, into your fucking computer model, and if you do X, Y, and Z, and use it, I've seen it. I had a friend, I saw him, he engineer, fucking brilliant with math, fuck all with women, and he had a print off. This is before thumb drive. He had a print off thousands of pages, or maybe 500 pages, on techniques and internet. It's like, dude, it's like an operating manual. Women are not fucking F-16 fighter planes or tanks. You don't need an operating manual. So, already on the onset, if you are asking this question, ask yourself the question, am I a lazy fat fuck? Am I ugly? Am I a coward? All right, now, our client today is not a coward. He's fat, but he's not a coward. He does go out, he does approach, so that is good. But I just wanted to, like, knock it the fuck off, thinking there's this magic formula, or the 5 steps to getting your dick wet. It doesn't work that way. It depends on the environment, the girl you're talking to, the mood she's in, the mood you're in, all the props that you have, that your environment is huge. I mean, there's no rule or law. It's not a fucking science, so knock it the fuck off. All right, now, let's go ahead and read through the email. Hello, Cappy. I'll be succinct here. As a man with an extensive dating resume as you have, I need a solution to my issue. I recently got interested in game pickup artist stuff. I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube approaching women in the club. That you don't go to the club. Fuck the club. Wrong. But it is not working. No shit. I want you to give me some pointers on how to game women and get as much pussy as possible. I don't want a girlfriend, just want to fuck. I'm not an Adonis, but I am not ugly either. Yeah, you are. You're not hideous. You're not hideous, but you are not pretty. You are below average. All right, we're going to get to that. I'm 5'11", 235 pounds, and I'm not a fathead. You got a little fat on you, dude. You need to lose a little fat. In fact, I have strong, wide shoulders and a back. You do. You do have the pipes. And I have a strong posture. Chicks don't care about posture. I walk upright with confidence. That doesn't hurt, but that's not going to get your dick wet. I just need pointers on how to approach and what to say to women to get pussy, one-night stands, etc. Right there. There's your fault. There's your problem. You think I have the magic words. Do you think if there were magic words, like, we wouldn't be imparting this wisdom, like it wouldn't be the bestseller ever? The magic words to get your dick wet, published by Simon & Schuster. There's no magic words. Get rid of that concept. All right? So that's the first thing towards you getting your dick wet. Specifically, how to approach fat chicks. My primary target, as they are supposed to be insecure and easy. Look at this. They're supposed to be. You don't know. To be honest, the hot chicks will still intimidate a game newbie like me. Please make a video response to the situation. Keep my name private. Thanks. Okay. Let us talk about you and what women are looking for. They are not looking for you. I had you send me some pictures. You are not attractive. This doesn't mean you can't be attractive, but you have an attractive man, like many women and many men as well. There's an attractive man underneath a couple layers of fat. And you need to lose it. Now, you are right. You have got the freaking guns of Navarone going on. That's good. And you do have, like, a good build. Your skeleton is good. There's just way too much fat down here, and there's too much fat in your baby face, which means you gotta shred down. I'd say 5'11", you gotta be at least below 200. I don't know. The numbers get a little. Once you go above 160, I don't know what men should look like at what height, because once I'm at 160, I'm way overweight now, because I've always dealt with short, smaller numbers. But you need to go below 200, I'd say. All right, you need to look at David Beckham, look at Hugh Jackman, and notice how the cheeks sink. I don't have that cheek sink yet. I'm still working on that. All right, but you need to get rid of your gut, and you need to get rid of the baby face. And the reason why is this is why I'm focusing on the gym. You can't go to a woman and get her to buy something she doesn't want. You have to make it so the girl wants you. All right, and you can put all the time and effort you want into attending pickup artist schools, watching those YouTube videos, going to nightclubs, running game, doing whatever they say you should do. You could do that, and it's going to be a waste of time because you are not what they're looking for. Your time is better spent. It is better spent going to the gym. All that time you take, watch a video, it doesn't matter. You could throw away everything you know and go back to square one. If instead you took that money and went to the gym and lost weight, you would have more success. Because you are going to give women what they want. You are now an in-shape guy that a girl would like to procreate with. And we could even argue it's not necessarily her, it's her eggs that would like to procreate with you. All right, that's if you. So all the pickups, all the studying of game and pickup artistry and all that, I'm not even saying it's necessarily a waste because there's a lot of truth there. But if you're going to be overweight and unattractive, it's all moot. Same thing like with chicks who, she got the greatest personality. My favorite is the black gals that put in the weaves and do all their nails and put on the pants and put on the heels. They'll do all that fucking shit except lose the fucking weight. All right? And they're not fooling nobody. They'll spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on this bullshit. But they won't do the one thing that men want, and that's lose the weight. Right? So you got to do the same. Right? All this pickup and bullshit, and I go to school on that, and I watch this thing, and I read Rush's Bang, and they're good books. Right? Not bad. You're just like girls putting on nails and dolling themselves up ain't bad. But it's all a waste of fucking trip if you don't lose the weight and be physically attractive to them. Right? So that's the number one thing you have to do, is you have to be physically attractive, otherwise you will waste the rest of your time. So I'd say 90% of that time goes to the gym, 10% out on the street, going to it. I won't even go to the nightclub. So we have that. All right, so we have that. Now, where do you go? Anywhere. Some places a little bit more friendly environment. Other places not so friendly. But girls are around. And you don't know when there's going to be a cute girl wandering in and out. Okay, this is where it helps to have Day Bang, or read Day Bang, have some day game. Read Rush's Day Bang. It's a great book. Every young man should read it. It should be a bestseller, but it's not. Where was I going with this? Always do not think you have to go to the club or you have to go to the bar. Matter of fact, whereas I just said the girls are everywhere, do not go to the club and do not go to the bar. That is the worst place to go and pick up girls, is the nightclub. All right? You're outnumbered. They got their bitch shields up. Look it up if you don't know what that is. They're with their girls. You're going to have to attack the herd. It's great for practice. It's great for getting immune to rejection, because that's all that's going to happen to you. But for the time and resources you're going to invest going to a nightclub, standing in line, paying a fucking cover charge, waiting in line to get a drink, trying to mac on these girls, forget it. Go to the gym. All right? It is a cathedral. It is a place of self-worship women go to, the nightclub. And it is very much a not a procession. It's a seance or a religious exercise, chant thing that women go to the nightclub to praise themselves. They're not there to meet a guy. Maybe they'll take the super alpha guy home. They're not taking you home. All right. So it's loud. Your ratios are 3-to-1, maybe even worse, 4-to-1 nowadays. They have no intention. They want to sop up the attention. They want to sop up the energy. They want to sop up your dollars. They want to sop up free drinks. They are not. That is the absolute worst place to go to meet women. Okay? So get that out of your head. The bar's the night, you're not going there anymore. All right, so where do you go? All right, so that leaves some environments or ideas of things that I use and I would recommend. I apologize if this isn't a PowerPoint presentation like some slick dick out in LA or California teaching the fucking Silicon Valley perma virgins, but this is just what old Captain used back in the day. Hobbies, all right? This is also based in the fact you don't have time to waste, right? You should have self-respect. I wasted, so me and my buddy, and every guy did, every guy wasted so much time. Me and my buddy, my realtor buddy, we're talking about, like, if we just took the time and spent it on college or something else, we'd be doctorates or colonels now in the military. Because of all the time we wasted going to the clubs. That is a disrespect to us. That is wasted precious time. If we had invested it better and wiser, we would have been further ahead. So what I'm recommending you do is don't even bother chasing girls. Go get some hobbies. We'll get to getting laid later. You're saying, well, this sounds like girlfriend. We'll get there. So the hobbies means you're not wasting your time, you're having fun. I recommend athletic hobbies like running, working out, volleyball, some with a little bit of activity, and you'll run into girls there. It could also be something like cooking classes, that's disproportionately female. Pet rescue, all right, that's a huge female thing, though you got to look out for the girls that are using pets as a substitute for genuine love in their life. My favorite, and the one I'm going to recommend to you now, ballroom dancing. Learn salsa, learn swing, learn tango, learn merengue. Bachata, if you want to lower yourself to that standard. It's just so it's cheesy. That's where the girls are. And you're going to get some exercise, or you're at least doing something to benefit yourself or intellectually stimulate yourself, and there will be girls there. Now, this doesn't mean the first girl you want to bang, you ask her out and start laying down game on her. You don't. You're there to have fun for you. You're going this way. If any girls want to come with, sure. If any girls happen to be down that path, fine. But you're there for you. You put yourself first and you go have fun and you turn yourself and you develop yourself into a man. Because in addition to being overweight and not attractive, what else do you offer to a girl? You just can't offer dick. Okay, some girls drunk in a blue moon when they're howling at the moon and they're at that right nanosecond of their menstrual cycle, that bam, then they might take you. Otherwise, you have to offer more than just dick, right? You have to be interesting, you have to be charming, you have to be able to retell stories and recall interesting anecdotes. You have to entertain them, you have to get them interested in you. You can't just take your dick away. You want to suck this? Well, let me pour you another drink. Now do you want to suck it? Doesn't work that way. Right? So develop yourself into an interesting man, the world's most interesting man, and knock it off going to the nightclub. So you do that through hobbies. Over time, and think we're growing crops. You want this all to happen in one night. It's not going to happen in one night. This one, you are growing many crops, many variety of vegetables in many different fields. And it may take several months worth of maintenance and grooming, but soon you will have many options to choose from. Certainly more than one. But it's not the plant the seed, look at the plant, and grow, grow! I need to fuck! It doesn't work that way. So you're going long-term game, and you're going to groom. You are a farmer of future girls. Okay, that's what you are. Girls that want to sleep with you. Right? And that starts by you becoming an interesting man, running your hobbies and stuff like that. All right? Over time, it will become apparent through normal social interaction that a girl might be interested in you. Right? But remember, she may just be socially interested in you, but you'll increase your chances if you go to the gym and you're physically attractive. Then there will be sexual interest. But even the hobbies will be a waste of time if you're trying to aim for women if you're not physically attractive. This all hinges upon you being in better shape and being physically attractive. So then it will become obvious which girls have interest in you. Okay? So that's it. Then you ask them out on a date. I know you are looking for the wham bam thank you ma'am, and I will get to that at the very end of this video. But then you go on a date. You do not go to coffee. You go to a bar. You go salsa dancing, participate in one of your hobbies, and maybe after the third date, you'll be able to get laid. Right? There is no one night stand. I did not do, I think, twice one night stands. And I know a lot of people like going to the bars and the club. I don't have time for that fucking bullshit. All right? It's a pain in the ass. I do not have time. And it was by fluke. I was still doing hobbies, but that was ballroom dancing. That's how it. Admittedly, I was a ballroom dance instructor, so that was my huge in. But you are going to go on several dates. You must earn their trust, that they feel comfortable sleeping with you, and then it will happen. Right? I'm getting you the most surefire, quickest way. And there might be 3 or 4 of them at that time, 5 to 6, 7 months out, especially if you hit the gym. Right? But it's not going to happen tomorrow night, and it certainly the fuck isn't going to happen tonight. Okay. Next thing you're going to have to work on, this isn't an and or, this is in conjunction with. You must develop a devastating, charming level of humor and personality and charm and charisma. I'm not asking you to be James Bond overnight, but what I am asking you to do is study James Bond, study Cary Grant. Even use their lines, because the older the movies, like a Cary Grant flick or a Gregory Peck flick, great lines in there, but these people these girls don't watch those movies. They don't know you're plagiarizing. They don't know you're ripping off a line from Humphrey Bogart. So you can kind of use that as a crutch, but inevitably you have to develop your own type of personality and humor. Watch comedians, watch Bill Burr, watch Victor Borge. Get funny, right? Not slapstick, hey, not Krusty the Clown funny, very dry, clever, witty funny, right? Also, along with that, learn the art of conversation. I have a rule. You talk less, listen to them more. Now, you can ask them questions, but you rarely, for every 3 facts they tell you, you tell them 1 fact about yourself, volunteering that fact. Otherwise, you're asking them questions. You go down that line of inquiry. You find out what they're interested in. You say, oh, that's it. You investigate. Ask them about them. Because you know what people like more than anything else in the world? Talking about themselves. They don't like it when you, even though they're presumably interested in you on a date, like you talking about you all the time. So you ask them about their date. What's that like? Oh, that's interesting. Tell me about FASB Rule 128, even though you may not have any interest in it. Right? But that's it. So you become a conversationalist. You become funny and charming. And then they might say something, and then you could say, funny anecdote and witticism here. You want it so that when they're hanging out with you, you're making it an enjoyable and funny experience for them. In addition to you being attractive. So there's that. All right, so your hobbies, you can go down here. Another place to find women online. I know a lot of people do not like online. I am aware of the inordinate amount of attention, digital internet attention these women get. I'm aware of internet whoring. I'm aware of that. But the reason I still like the concept of internet or online or the swipe, the Bumble and the Twitter, or not Twitter, Kindle, what the fuck is it? Tumblr? Plenty of Fish, OkCupid, all those, is it saves you an inordinate amount of time going to the nightclub or going out actually in person. So if you think about it, if you're going to go out every night, before the internet, you would have to do this. You'd have to go out every night, game for at least an hour. It's a numbers game. We'll get to that later. To get a phone number, and there are answering machines, and Barney Rubble and Fred Flintstone would run by on the cars when there was just feet for the engines. Now you don't have to deal with that. You don't have to be on a commute. You don't have to stand in line at night. You don't have to do anything. Plus, most girls are online. That's where their eyeballs are glued right now. So you will have to become somewhat of a master of social media. So you're going to have to go on the Tinder and the Bumble and the Fumble and the Google and the Woogle and the Facebook and whatever else is out there. And yeah, I know the vast majority of them are not going to be interested in you. The vast majority of them have got 1,000 guys. You just, 1, set up a really good profile, and 2, you're just going to keep on swiping, man. Keep on swiping for an hour a day. That's your part-time job. So you can do this while you're at the gym or you're running or whatever other hobby you have going on. These phones nowadays allow you to have no time wasted. Like if I'm in the line, I'm always checking email, checking Twitter, doing something. I do not let a second go by. So this is not that hard with today's technology and your cell phones, all right? And this is going to be crap ratios. I understand it's going to be crap statistics, but the whole point is, what else do you have to do? Nothing. So you might as well be, pounding the pavement while you're on your cell phone. So there is that, all right? And then finally, this is probably the second most important thing, in addition to working out and getting in shape, is you need to get rejected. You need practice in rejection. You need to get rejected so much that you no longer fear it and no longer hurts. I've written about this before, where I got to the point where I didn't care. I never took it personally. Well, I did take it personally at first. Every guy does. You're human. But after a while, you realize they didn't say yes. They don't know what they're missing out on. And you don't even care. It's just a number. It's a non-sentient hurdle. It's like, oh, she didn't call me back. Oh, she didn't give me her number. Oh, she didn't nowadays Twitter you back. All right? That's fine. That's cool. You go to the next one. You go to the next one. It's a sales job. And what this will sadly do is, I hate to sound so harsh, but it's true. It'll really give you an appreciation for the true market value of women. Where there's so much rejection, there's so much not giving you a shot, and it takes this much pain and agony to get to a date or a phone number or your email or Twittergram, you'll start to realize, wow, these are pretty close-minded people. And this all, again, hinges on you being a good-looking guy. It assumes you're going to, like, what's wrong with you? Want to basically say, why'd you there's no reason to reject me. Look at all these hobbies I do. Look at how in shape I am. You make sure you do not have any reason to be rejected, so that when they reject you, you are supremely confident that she's the one that's in error. That's the level you got to get to. Right? But when they reject you, you're like, next one, move on. Now, I remember one time, I'll tell the story again. I went to the Times Cafe. It is no more in Minneapolis. and I knew, I'll give you a perfect example. I knew I was top dog. I was on top of my game. I was 31, 32, in good shape. I was in banking. I had my suit on, but then I would go teach dance class at night. So I went to the Times Cafe. Vic Villari and the Villari Lounge Orchestra was playing. Great band. There's the dance floor. There's the jazz band. Not too loud, not too soft. Had a martini, sitting at this great bar. Bunch of single ladies. I asked first girl, second girl, third girl, fourth girl if they wanted to dance. Didn't ask, hey, may I stick my dick in your face? I didn't ask that. I said, hey, would you like to dance? In a suit. I'm one of the best dancers I know. Oh, I got my resume in order. No. And that got to the point. I'm like, I'm asking every single girl here to dance. I don't care. 31 no's, not one yes. Now, I was pissed because of what kind of a statement that said. It's like these girls are, why can't I find a man? Banker, ballroom dance instructor, in shape, jazz club, what? I mean, you have, but I wasn't overweight. I had game. I had my shit going on. I had hobbies. I knew that there was something more society-wide wrong about these girls than it was me. I even did go to there was fly open, booger check. What's something wrong? Okay. Did I grow a third eye? I'm unaware of. No. All right. I still look the same. I kind of look like a good-looking Edward Norton. Here we go. You got to get to that point, and you got to get used to that rejection, and be prepared for it. The key to success is rejection. It is a sales job. It is a numbers game. Success is failure is success. I think if you read Rush's, I don't know if it's a dead bat in Paraguay, or maybe it was Daybang, because he's a scientist, trained as a scientist. He took a very methodical scientific approach. And I think at his best, at the top of his game, he was closing numbers of 40%, maybe getting laid a quarter, 25%, 1 in 4. Which is phenomenal. I think the best I ever was maybe a third getting numbers, back when numbers were a thing, and 1 out of 10. 10% was sex. I mean, it was not as good as it, but that was top of the game. Top! Right? The best successes, the best guys who get laid, fail the majority of the time. Right? Again, proving there's no magic formula. I'll just plug in this thumb drive and it will download into her memory circuits. And then she will, because I have the code, I have the algorithm, I have the magic formula. Magic formula is failure, building up a callous and a resistance to it, and pushing through anyway. That's what it is. So that's the failure. And then that's it. That's how you're gonna. It's hard work. There's a reason you burn out. I was just talking to a buddy of mine. His girlfriend was demanding that they got married, and he fresh off divorce. He's like, no. And he was telling me it's not because he doesn't care. He just doesn't have the energy. And it will burn you out. Even Roosh, mark my words, Roosh V will burn out. It's tiring. It's bullshit. It's even when you're good at it, it's an exhausting, because physically you're working out, but the mental you have to, and then time and reason, I mean, you guys got it easy, you kids, where you just do this. You know, imagine having to get up, walk, ask a girl out, you know, not even ask a girl out, ask a girl to dance. You know, I mean, so I would recommend Hobbies. I'd strongly recommend ballroom dancing. I'd recommend, because that you get to know and all that. But instead of this one-night stand thing, which is very hard to pull off, it's a royal pain in the ass, I recommend a more long-term invested approach where you are grooming fruit down the road to be picked in 3 to 6 months. All right? That's what I recommend you do. I also recommend keep doing, like, it's awesome that you are that you're approaching. That's awesome. Because very few men do it. Less than 5% of the men I'd say actually do that, go out and approach, get their asses shot down. That is fucking awesome. And that's going to build up confidence, that'll build up that callous, and it just frankly makes you a better man. Because a real man does not, I mean, especially if you can approach a herd, after a while you realize it's a waste of time. The economics and wisdom inevitably kicks in. But if you're approaching herds, God bless you. Knock that off, you've done it. Okay, you got your little, I approached a herd, Boy Scout badge or merit badge. You could stop that now because it's a royal pain in the ass. But that is the approach that I am recommending. Because one night stand, oh God, you got to go to the bar, you got to get them drunk. You can do so much other shit that is benefiting you in other regards and capacities, turning you into a better person, while at the same time running game and getting, maybe not today or tomorrow, but a girl 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months down the road. Now, if you want to get laid tonight, prostitution. 100% absolutely prostitution. And it is, I'm such a fan of prostitution because it is economic. You can waste all the time in the world and the money you want trying to get a one-night stand. I don't care if it's $1,000 prostitute or a very high-end prostitute, that $1,000 is going to be less than you're going to spend trying to go and get one the natural way on a one-night stand. In terms of not only cash and actual cash outlay and expense, but the sacrificed time that could have been spent improving yourself or making money in some other regard. Prostitutes are infinite. Terrence Popp does this, where some celebrity will get divorced by the wife, and the wife will get this insane settlement, and he'll do the math and calculate what he paid her per screw. I think Johnny Depp had the highest at like 25 grand. He did it per thrust. He broke it down to per thrust, not per screw, but per thrust, and it was still the multiple thousands of dollars per thrust. Dude, just go get a whore. Do it legally. Just fly to Amsterdam. Whoa, that costs money. It's going to cost you more to go to the nightclub every night for a year. Go to Amsterdam, go to Thailand, go to the Philippines, go to wherever the fuck it's legal, wrap it up, get it out, do it, bang all those girls you want. But if you want long-term game, you want to do it here organically, hate to use that word, not to mention someday you might actually want to settle down with a girl. You might want to actually meet. There are cool girls out there. They'll come out and they'll kind of grab you. Also, like, oh shit, who's this? But that also allows you to like find a long-term girlfriend, a higher quality relationship, instead of just this one-night stand bullshit. And you become a better person on top of it. So that's how you get laid. That's how you get laid. There's no other way around it. I know. You know this one guy, he's got this system, and I saw him in the fucking, we went to the clubs in Vegas, and he bought bottle service, and all these chicks came out of nowhere. Like, yeah, okay, all right. Do you look like that guy? Do you have the hookup? Do you have that environment? Some guys just do really well in environment. You would have thought I was a fucking god if you saw me on the dance scene. Well, but the dance scene was temporary. It went away. Plus, better things came along. I said better things came along. I'm not waiting on that. Anyway, so that's how you get laid. There's no other way. Read Rush's books, certainly will help. Pick up artistry, not gonna hurt. But you just gotta be what women demand. It just makes it a lot. You can run uphill, you can run flat. Being a sexy, good-looking dude makes that thing flat, makes it a lot easier. You guys got questions, go to assholeconsulting.com, where America's older brother, that's me, will take care of you. If you have a need for books and other wisdom, and just generally you don't need to pay for the consulting, go and get my books. You can find them on Amazon.com. We have Bachelor Pad Economics. We have Worthless. We have Curse of the High IQ, Enjoy the Decline, The Black Man's Guide Out of Poverty, and some other 6th book I can't remember right now. We got the Clarity Podcast on SoundCloud.com. Go there. You can find me yelling and ranting and screaming. And then we have my blog, captaincapitalism.blogspot.com. You can go there and read very intelligent, wise things, or when I link to people, oh, look, he linked to someone. We'll catch you guys later. Toodles.